just stop.
He has returned. Open the gates. I'm home.
The bridge of the mysterious flagship remained silent. Beyond its enormous glass wall, thousands of black warships drifted through the darkness like shadows without end. Not one weapon was raised. Not one engine roared. Yet every alien fleet across the galaxy had already stopped fighting. Fear had arrived before the human had. Ethan Hale stood without moving, his battle-worn armor covered in old scars. His long black cloak rested against the polished floor. His face showed no anger, no pride, only calm. 5 years. That was all it had taken to turn a forgotten exile into the greatest mystery in the galaxy. Across the Galactic Council, panic spread like fire. Military officers shouted desperate orders. Emergency alarms echoed through endless halls. Giant holographic maps filled with warning symbols as unknown ships crossed the borders of known space. One young alien captain looked at the image of the silent fleet. His hands shook. "They carry no Empire's flag," he whispered. An old commander slowly closed his eyes. "They don't need one." The room fell silent. Every elder in the council remembered the same day, 5 years earlier. The Grand Judgment Arena was packed with millions of spectators from hundreds of alien races. At the center stood a single human, young, thin, bleeding. His damaged combat armor barely covered his body. His breathing was heavy, but he refused to fall to one knee. The crowd laughed. To them, humans were soft creatures from a peaceful blue world. They looked too fragile to survive real war. The council blamed Ethan for a failed military mission that had ended in disaster. Hundreds of elite alien soldiers had died, and someone had to carry the shame. The weakest species became the easiest target. No trial, no mercy, only exile. The sentence echoed across the arena. Ethan Hale is banished to Kairos, a death world. Even hearing its name made hardened warriors lower their heads. Kairos was not a prison. It was a place where mountains moved, rivers carried poison, storms crushed steel, and every living creature hunted without mercy. No one had ever returned. Alien children were frightened with stories about its endless darkness. The crowd expected the human to beg, to cry, to break. Instead, Ethan slowly lifted his head. His tired eyes met the council without fear. Then he spoke only one sentence. "If I survive, I won't come back for revenge." He paused. "I'll come back so you never judge another human again." For the first time, the laughter stopped. Even the wind inside the arena seemed to disappear. Hours later, his prison shuttle entered the black clouds of Kairos. Then the signal vanished. The council smiled. The galaxy believed the weak human was finally dead. But deep beneath the violent storms of the death world, something ancient had just awakened. Prison shuttle crashed into Kairos with the force of a falling mountain. Flames swallowed the broken metal as black rain poured from the sky. Ethan crawled through the wreckage, coughing blood. Every breath burned his lungs. The air itself felt alive, heavy enough to crush weaker creatures. Before he could stand, the ground trembled. A massive beast burst from the darkness. Its body was covered in black armor like scales. 6 glowing eyes locked onto Ethan. Rows of razor-sharp teeth opened as it charged with terrifying speed. Any normal soldier would have died in seconds. Ethan ran, not because he was fearless, because every instinct told him that surviving one more minute mattered more than winning one fight. The chase became a nightmare. Poison vines reached from the trees. Giant insects exploded from the mud. Lightning struck so close that the earth split open beneath his feet. Every step brought another danger. Yet Ethan refused to stop moving. Hours became days. Days became weeks. The weak human the galaxy had laughed at slowly changed. His hands grew rough from stone and steel. His eyes learned to spot danger before it appeared. Hunger sharpened his mind instead of breaking it. Kairos tried to kill him every single day. Instead, it made him stronger. Then, one silent night, the impossible happened. While escaping another giant predator, Ethan slipped into a deep canyon hidden beneath thick vines. He expected a painful death. Instead, he landed on smooth metal. He looked around in shock. The canyon was not natural. An enormous underground city stretched into the darkness, untouched for thousands of years. Towers of silver metal glowed with faint blue light as if they had been waiting for someone. As Ethan took one cautious step forward, the entire city suddenly came alive. A cold mechanical voice echoed through the endless halls. Identity confirmed. Human commander detected. The glowing city remained silent. Ethan slowly turned as blue lights spread across endless walls. Ancient machines woke one after another, untouched by time. Dust rose into the air as enormous doors opened deep beneath Kairos. The cold voice spoke. Again. "Welcome home, Commander." Ethan tightened his grip on a broken metal spear. "I am no commander." For a moment, nothing answered. Then a bright blue figure appeared before him. It was an artificial intelligence, shaped like a human soldier wearing ancient armor unlike anything Ethan had ever seen. Its face showed no emotion. "You have forgotten," it said quietly. Images suddenly filled the air. Thousands of years ago, human fleets crossed the galaxy. Powerful warships protected countless worlds, while alien civilizations stood beside them. Humanity was never the weakest race. It had been the first guardian. Then came a war so terrible that entire star systems vanished. To stop their greatest weapons from falling into enemy hands, humanity erased its own history and hid its surviving people on a distant world called Earth. Every generation forgot the truth. Every legend became a myth. The galaxy believed humans were young. The galaxy was wrong. Ethan stared at the floating images, unable to speak. The AI looked directly into his eyes. "This city has waited for one living human to return." The ground suddenly shook. Deep below the city, gigantic engines began to roar. Hidden hangars opened beneath the mountain. Rows of ancient warships slowly rose from the darkness, their silver hulls shining like sleeping giants awakening after thousands of years. At the same time, warning alarms echoed through every corridor. Bright red symbols flashed across the walls. The AI's calm voice became urgent. "Unknown fleet detected outside Kairos." Ethan looked toward the sealed entrance. The enemy had somehow discovered the lost human city. Then the scanners revealed something even worse. The ships approaching Kairos were not alien. They carried the forgotten emblem of ancient humanity. Ancient human ships did not attack. Instead, they formed a silent shield around Kairos, their silver hulls glowing beneath the planet's violent storms. Every weapon remained lowered. Every movement felt calm, controlled, and terrifying. The AI watched the approaching fleet. "They are the last guardians," it said. "They have waited centuries for a commander." The lead ship opened. Dozens of human soldiers stepped onto the platform. Their armor carried the same wolf emblem Ethan had seen inside the city. They saluted without a single word. At the same moment, disaster struck across the galaxy. Emergency signals flooded every communication network. Entire colonies vanished within hours. Massive alien battle fleets were found drifting through space, their crews gone without a single shot fired. Trading worlds fell silent. Even the strongest empires stopped answering distress calls. No one understood the enemy. No one survived long enough to explain it. Inside the Galactic Council, fear replaced pride. The same leaders who had laughed at Ethan now stood around the emergency table with pale faces. One exhausted commander spoke the words nobody wanted to hear. "We need the human." The chamber fell silent. Another officer lowered his head. "The one we exiled." For the first time in history, the council admitted its greatest mistake. A diplomatic fleet raced toward Kairos carrying a message of peace. But But before it could arrive, space itself began to twist. A gigantic black rift opened above the Deathworld. From the darkness emerged a fleet unlike anything the galaxy had ever recorded. Its warships looked alive. Its engines made no sound. Its armor swallowed light. Every sensor failed. The ancient human guardians immediately raised their weapons. Even they looked afraid. Ethan stepped forward, staring at the impossible fleet. The AI's voice became colder than ever before. They have finally found us. Then one enormous enemy ship transmitted a single message across every human vessel. Commander Ethan Hale, your hiding place is over. Come out, or the galaxy dies with you. The Black Fleet waited without moving. Its enormous ships surrounded Karos like silent hunters. No weapons fired. No threats followed. The message had already done enough. Ethan stepped onto the command platform of the ancient city. Behind him stood the last guardians, perfectly still. Before him floated the image of the unknown fleet. Then the enemy leader appeared. It was neither machine nor monster. It looked almost human. Its silver eyes held no hatred. We did not come to destroy humanity, the figure said. We came to find it. The chamber fell silent. The AI lowered its head. They are the Wardens. Ancient memories filled the room. Long ago, humans and the Wardens had protected the galaxy together. They were equals, brothers in war. But after the Great Collapse, humanity vanished without a trace. The Wardens searched for thousands of years. Without humanity, balance was lost. Greedy empires rose. The Galactic Council replaced honor with fear. Ethan looked toward the stars. Everything he believed about history had been a lie. Before he could answer, another fleet jumped into orbit. The Galactic Council had arrived. Their commanders ignored every warning. Instead of opening peace talks, they targeted both the Wardens and the ancient human fleet. One frightened council leader shouted across every channel, "Destroy them all before they unite." Thousands of missiles exploded across space. The first shots of a new galactic war had been fired. Human guardians rushed into battle. The Wardens raised glowing shields. Karos shook as warships collided above its skies. Ethan watched innocent lives disappear because of one decision made by leaders too proud to admit their mistake. His fists slowly closed. No more. The AI turned toward him. There is one final protocol. A hidden chamber opened beneath the command platform. At its center rested a glowing silver key unlike any weapon Ethan had ever seen. The AI spoke with quiet certainty. Only the last human commander can awaken the final fleet. Far beyond the battlefield, billions of ancient signals suddenly answered the key. Humanity was not returning. It was rising. Silver key rose into Ethan's hand. The moment his fingers touched it, the stars themselves seemed to awaken. Across the galaxy, hidden stations, forgotten shipyards, and silent moons answered one ancient command. Human authorization confirmed. One by one, thousands of concealed warships emerged from deep space. Their engines burned with bright blue light as they formed a wall between the innocent worlds and the coming destruction. The Galactic Council stopped firing. Every commander stared in disbelief. The weak race they had mocked now commanded the greatest fleet ever built. Above Karos, the Wardens lowered their weapons. Their leader bowed his head toward Ethan. The last commander has returned. Ethan looked across the battlefield. He saw frightened civilians, exhausted soldiers, burning worlds. Enough lives had already been lost. He opened a galaxy-wide channel. My fight was never against the people. His calm voice echoed across countless planets. It was against fear. The Guardians and the Wardens advanced together, surrounding the Council fleet without destroying it. Their perfect formation left no escape and no need for more bloodshed. One by one, Council captains shut down their weapons. The war ended in silence. Days later, the old Council was dissolved. A new alliance was born where no species would ever be judged by size, appearance, or the world they came from. Ethan refused every crown and every title. He chose to remain only a guardian. Across the galaxy, children grew up hearing the story of the human who survived the death world and returned not for revenge, but to give hope. Yet peace lasted only a moment. Far beyond every known star, a deep signal awakened. An unknown voice echoed through the ancient human network. "Attention, Commander Hale. The force that destroyed the first human empire has found our galaxy again." Ethan slowly looked into the endless darkness beyond the stars. A faint smile crossed his face. "The real battle," he whispered, "starts now." Fury. Stars suddenly dimmed. Then something unimaginably vast opened between galaxies.